You've probably never heard about the most nightmarish theme park disaster in American history. June 21st, 2007. At Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom, a group of teenage girls boarded the Superman Tower of Power, a giant drop ride. Originally called the Hellevator, it stood nearly 200 feet tall. Steel cables would lift you up, then allow your cart to free fall before catching you. Caitlin Lassiter was 13. As the gondola began to rise, a steel cable behind the girls snapped violently, just 40 feet off the ground. The sound was like a gunshot. The hoist cable whipped downward, flailing like a steel serpent. The stench of burning metal filled the air. Everyone on the ride began to scream. Two teen girls were operating the ride. One shouted, "Stop the ride!" The other picked up the phone and called the park emergency line, 3333. She shouted, "Something's wrong, they're all screaming." The woman on the line replied, "It's normal for people to scream on rides." The teen girl insisted, "No, this is different. Everyone is screaming." The ride cart continued its ascent. Hot cable wrapped around the girls' bodies, including their necks. They threw them off, bleeding, burning, coughing from the oily smoke. Caitlin's lip was busted. The cable wrapped around Caitlin's legs, as though possessed. The cart was almost at the top when, desperate, the teen operator finally hit the emergency stop. It was a second too late. As the cart plunged, the tension yanked both ends of the cable tight, like a surgeon's garrote. Caitlin's left femur cracked as her legs lifted. Below, one of the teen operators saw something fall to the blue catch net with a splat. She thought it was a shoe. The ride's brakes kicked in, stopping the gondola 20 feet above the ground. The girls were trapped mid-air for 15 minutes. One woman screamed in horror when she looked up at the waiting girls. Caitlin was blinking, looking around in shock, not yet realizing. Her feet were gone. They had been severed. It wasn't just a shoe that had fallen, it was her entire foot. The other foot was still dangling off of her ankle by a thin piece of flesh. Supervisor arrived. She instructed, "Go get some ice." Caitlin survived. Ultimately, Six Flags was hit with a fine of $1,000.
If I would have died, for some reason, I feel that it would have just been passed on. But that I'm alive and I fought and I'm here today, then now we're going to change and make it safer so that these parents can feel comfortable with their kids going to these parks and having fun.